forget that a parabola is symmetrical. So if the coordinate of P is -4 and 0, and then in the middle here, you have -1. You see here, it's an x value of -1. Since we have a situation like that, you need to keep in mind that the distance between the center, the distance between your axis of symmetry, right, and your one x-intercept, the distance from here to there, this is like 3 units. Do you see it? Because it's like -4 until -1.
Yeah,
right?
I knew that it's going to be a 2, 0, right? But I didn't know how to like show that in mathematics.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't have to, there's no calculation for this. It's more like you are making use of a law. So remember, when you use a law, you don't like have to worry about explaining it. You know, it's like saying 1 + 1 is 2. What are you going to do to explain that? It's just a fact or something that you use to help. It's what I'm trying to say is it's an existing law, so you can just use it, because if you check the mark allocation here, I bet it's like 2 marks maximum.
It is 2 marks.
Yeah, because they're gonna give you 1 mark for the x, 1 mark for the y, and that's it.
Yeah, but then it still has to be written in a certain way, you see. I don't want to just say minus 1 to -3 is 3, and then plus 3 is 2 because parabola. No, I don't
Yeah,
want to write it like that. I want to know like a specific structure to write it down so I don't lose any marks.
yeah, that makes sense, which is why the blue book is useful, because if you check the back of the book for 6.2, you'll see they just wrote the answer.
The back of the book. What did they do? Wait, let me see the back of the book and tell. Okay, the back of the book, they wrote xr minus xp equals to -1 minus open bracket -4 close bracket equals to -1 plus 4 equals to 3. Xq equals to xr plus 3 equals to -1 plus 3 equals to 2. And then they say therefore q is 2, 0.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. X value of r minus x value of p equals to 3. And then x value of q, right, minus x value of r, this should also be
Isn't
equal
it
to,
plus?
pardon?
Isn't it plus? Wait, what? No.
Minus.
Oh, x cubed minus xr. Okay. I don't know
Yeah,
why I saw p there.
yeah. So therefore, xq, we know that minus the x value of r, which is -1, this is equal to 3. So if you solve for the xq here, you will have xq plus 1 equal to 3. The 1 goes over, xq is equal to 2.
Okay.
We love to see it.
Number 6.3 for the gradient, I got 3.
Okay, for the gradient, you say you got what? 3. Okay, that's fine. Now, if you're gonna get you see here for this mark, I think it's a 4 or 5 mark question. You see that A, B, and C, this is just points or letters or values in the parabola.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, so what you want to just be able to recognize is that they're just asking us to get the equation of the parabola. So them asking us to get the equation of the parabola, the fortunate thing is you don't have to start with this format, because this format is a bit useless to us the way it is. You see, it cannot get us much. However, it can be useful if we play our cards right. So this is a method we can use to get the equation of what you call of the parabola there. So looking at the equation of our parabola, the first thing you would want to do for yourself is the following. Okay, let me just open some space. Oh, oops. Let's see. Yeah. So the first thing you want to do is, if you look at what you may call, how is this not doing this, please? Come on. If you look at what you know about a parabola, anytime you factorize a parabola, you need to keep in mind that it's going to be in this format. Y is equal to a, x minus x1, x minus x2. Is this familiar in any way?
It's not ringing the bell. It's not ringing the bell. That's bad. That's real
No,
bad.
if it doesn't ring a bell, then maybe it's just something new, which is fine. So this is to say, when you factorize a quadratic equation, right? You will have x minus 1 here. I mean, this is representing the first x-intercept. This is representing the other x-intercept. You see? So in our graph, we have two x-intercepts, right? We have the negative 1, and we have the positive 2, right? And we have a point that the graph passes through, r, which is negative, is it a positive 1? Yeah, I think it's positive, negative 1. This is negative 4, sorry. This is negative 1 and 9. So these three is all we need, because it's going to go into everywhere in our equation except for a. So for example, an x and the y value that we are going to throw in here is the coordinate of r. And then this x1 and this x2, this is our x-intercepts, literally the way they are. So we're going to drop negative 4 there. We're going to drop negative 2 there. I mean, yeah, we're going to drop positive 2 here. We're going to drop negative 4 over there. So the way that's going to come out is as follows. Let me show you. Let me show you here. So the way that's going to come out is, you're going to put where y is, right? You're going to put 9. Where a is, that's open. Where x is, you're going to put negative 1. Where x1 is, you're going to put negative 4. So it will be a plus 4 here. And then here, you're going to put that negative 1. Here, you're going to put that
Minus
positive 2.
2.
Yeah. So if you simplify this, you're going to get a negative 1 plus 4 is like what? 3, right? And then this is negative 3. And this is like negative 9a. And then divide both sides by negative 9.
That's gonna give you a1.
A is got negative 1. So what that does is, it allows you to then put the a value into your original equation here. Then you can just multiply out the brackets with x and y as x and y. So if x is just x and y is just y, this is what you will have. X plus 4 and x minus 2. You see, so you'll have here negative 1 here, right? X times x is x squared. X times negative 2 is negative 2x, this and that, 4x, this and that, negative 8. And then we're going to have negative 1 here, x squared. Negative 2 plus 4 is like a 2, right? And then you're going to then multiply inside. Negative x squared, negative 2x, positive 8. There you go.
Oh.
You see?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. So that's where we end off. You see, because here with this question, you can see now you can just go back and say a is this, b is this, c is this. Because see, c is a,
So
negative 2, negative 1. Yeah. Therefore, a is negative 1, b is negative 2, c is positive 8.
Oh, makes sense.